Pre-algebra lesson 96, multiple term equations. So we're taking yesterday's lesson or the previous lesson and we're kicking it up one more notch. Instead of just having variables on both sides of the equation, we're going to have multiple variables on each side of the equation, right? This is a bit of an easier example. I'm going to do a different one. The only thing that's changing on these, since we have more than two terms, we'll have something like 3, 4, maybe even 5 terms, is we are going to rewrite the problem before we start solving. So a lot of algebra, we've been learning how to rewrite numbers, we've been rewriting algebraic expressions, and we're going to take those skills and we're going to start putting them into our equations. So before I start doing any of my 3 steps to solving equations, by using my PEMDAS backwards and doing the opposite action and getting the x all by itself, before I do any of that stuff, I have to rewrite the problem as simple as possible. Okay, so let's go to our example and let's start on rewriting. Now, how in the world am I going to rewrite this equation? I'm going to do it by adding like terms. So we see on the left side of this equation, I've got 1, 2, 3 x's. On the right side, I've got 1, 2x. There's 5 x's in this equation. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by putting my dotted line. I'm going to keep the left side on the left side, keep the right side on the right side, and I'm going to add like terms to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so I'll go ahead and circle these x's. So I've got 3x, x, negative 4x. Now notice I'm only doing the left side of the equation. I'm not doing anything on the right because I got to keep it separated. So 3x minus x is, that's 2x, and then 2x minus 4x, that's negative 2x. Okay, now let's look at the other term, negative 3. Well, negative 3 has nothing else to add to it, so it's just going to be negative 2x minus 3. And then I can go ahead and copy down my equal sign. All right, I've successfully rewritten the left side of the equation as simple as possible. Now I have to do the same steps on the right side of the equation. So I'm going to circle all the like terms with x on the right side. I'll go ahead and underline the other term so I don't get confused. And let's combine like terms. 5x minus 2x, that's just positive 3x, and then the plus 12 just remains plus 12. Great. Now, the fun thing you'll see is that once you've finished rewriting the equation properly, it now looks like an equation from the previous lesson, where it's just one variable on each side. And we know how to solve that. We just pick one side of the equation, we move the x's all to the same side, and then we solve it. So let's see here. I'll go ahead. I'm going to move them to the right. Yeah, because I feel like we probably put them on the left a little too often. Sometimes it's easier if we put it on the right, and it helps your brain balance out how to think about these. There's no left or right. There's just it's that doesn't matter. Sorry, it's not that there's no left or right. It doesn't matter if your answer is on the left or right. Okay, what matters is that you use the rules properly. So I'm going to move this x over here. The opposite of minus 2x is plus 2x, right? Because I'm doing this backwards. That's going to cancel. Negative 3 stays the same. I bring down the equal sign. 3x plus 2x gives me 5x. Add 12. Great. Now I can start solving. I got to get the 12 to the other side. So I'll go ahead and subtract 12 from each side, doing the opposite action, and to both sides of the equation. This 12 cancels. This 5x stays the same. Negative 3 plus negative 12 gives me negative 15. All right, last step. Going to divide by 5, cancels, equals negative 3 over 1. So then x is equal to negative 3. That is my final answer. Okay, well that's it for this lesson. Again, the only thing we're adding is the first step is to rewrite the equation. In this case, we're rewriting the equation using our addition of like terms rules. And in the future, we'll get some different equations, and there'll be different ways to rewrite an equation before you go into your solving steps. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.